What are the different types of float switches on automatic water pumps? It's something we're asked really regularly. Obviously you've got a manual water pump, which I haven't got one in front of me. That needs turning off and on at the plug. Manual doesn't mean hand cranked, it just means there's no automatic switch to turn it off and on. But you have got a wide range of automatic pumps, each of which have their advantages and disadvantages. The most common type is like this one here with the pendant float switch. So you'll see this pendant, and that acts a little bit like the ball cock in your toilet, turns it off and on. Downside is there's no set level necessarily. It kind of is just a bit of a guide as to when it will turn off and on. And if you want to pump to low levels, that's of no use because it has to be quite high up to turn on. Now, sometimes for narrow sumps, people try and adjust the float switch using something like a big cable tie to actually fix the float switch cable slightly lower so that it makes the on level slightly lower. This isn't the best pump to demonstrate with. It tends to be on the sort of taller sewage pump models. Now, other types, we've got here a tube float switch, which does have a more accurate off and on level. So it's got a little ball in the tube. As it rises and falls, that turns it off and on. And I'd class that sort of similar to this one here, which is a float switch on an arm. And as that rises and falls, it turns the pump off and on. And again, more of an idea of when that's going to turn on and when it's going to turn off, not reliant on sort of the dangly arm float switch. These are better for narrow chambers, but still won't pump to low levels. Then we've got a third type, which this APP-RS model is an example of. You can see there's a little panel on the side, and your float switch here is actually in this panel, so it's ideal for small chambers, sumps, places with narrow access where, you know, actually this might get caught or obstructed and something small like this won't. And if you look at this, it's actually turns on at 50 millimeters and off at 25 millimeters, so it allows a lot lower level pumping. You can get other ones with small sensors on the sides to allow lower level pumping, and they're most common really on sort of puddle pumps. But for your higher flow rate submersible pumps, they're most likely to be the pendants. But obviously you can see there's a different variety available. Hopefully this has given you a little breakdown of some of the different types of float switches, why float switches are on pumps to turn them off and on, stop them running dry. And of course, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. And remember to like, share and subscribe. We'll be doing more of these videos along with a pump masterclass coming soon.